For our engaged in social media plan, we chose a company based out of Provo Canyon near Vivian Park called Runoff River Adventures. They offer tours and rafting and kayaking of the Provo River. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the market that they serve and some of the competition that Runoff River Adventures has. We'll give you insight into how they're using their social media and talk a little bit about the target market for them, some of our key objectives and marketing strategies and advertising strategies that we've come up with to help them improve their customer base and their following on social media to drive more business and build a sense of community. So, as I briefly mentioned, Runoff River Adventures offers guided rafting and kayak trips on the Provo River. They do tube rentals, kayak and raft rentals. They offer self-guided trips and also guided trips down the river. There's also a shuttle service that they provide to the launch point in Provo Canyon. So Runoff River Adventures serves the outdoor recreation market, which in Utah annually brings in about $12 billion in consumer spending and also $3.6 billion in wages. And that equates to about $856 million in state and local tax revenue while providing 122,000 jobs in Utah. So it's a big market for us that live here in Utah. We know that a lot of people enjoy Utah because of all the outdoor recreation that's so close and available. So Runoff River Adventures has a couple of competitors. There's High Country Adventure and Provo Canyon Adventures. They all offer pretty similar activities and things for people to do down there in Provo Canyon. But just a quick mention on some of their differences. One of the main ones with High Country Adventure is that they have a functioning website. We'll get into that a little bit later about the situation with Runoff. They also have a larger following on social media. Their quality of their social media is just a little bit better. They have more brand awareness, but their cost is also a little bit higher. And one of the issues that we found is that Runoff River Adventures doesn't really have pricing readily available for people that are surfing the web. Some of the things that High Country Adventure offers it's similar to Runoff, but they also offer like ATV and fly fishing and a train ride, and then they have like merchandise. So Provo Canyon Adventures, they're more focused on their zip line activities rather than the river. They have a good website as well. They have limited or they have less like river rental stuff available compared to the other two. And their following on Instagram isn't that much better than Runoff's is.
Currently, Runoff River Adventures is on Instagram and Facebook. They have a following of 566 on Instagram and 1,937 on Facebook. And you can see that Runoff River Adventures is behind the competition when it comes to followers on Instagram. The other two main competitors use Twitter as well. Well, they have a Twitter account, but they don't use it very often. As you can see, the last time they posted was 2018 and 2015, so it's not something that they use continuously. The more popular social media platforms are definitely Instagram and Facebook. And on Instagram and Facebook, we don't post very frequently. Our total posts on Instagram are only at 20 compared to the others who have 111, and then Provo Canyon Adventures have 60 posts. Last year we posted twice on Instagram, and then on Facebook we only posted 3 times. And so the competition are posting a lot more frequently. They'll post a few times each month. They have a lot more engagement, and they'll use social media to post deals, to post job opportunities, to show customer experiences and then images of the area and just different videos. And we should definitely consider posting more frequently, especially leading up to rafting season. This will help us to build a relationship with our followers because now it's kind of hard for them to see who we are and what we're all about. And as we post, we should really respond to people's comments as well so that we can continue to develop that relationship. And as we post more engaging and valuable posts, I think it will really increase our likes and shares as well.
Our target market is between the ages of 18 and 35 years old and is not gender specific. Most of the people in our target market have regular daytime jobs, and some have even chosen to work in industries that allow them to be outdoors. Our target market is ambitious, but not so ambitious that they don't have time to spend with their families and/or outdoors. Many in our target market have families with at least 2 children or are single college students. As well, most of our target market will have extended families that live close by. Because Runoff River Adventures is located in Provo Canyon and does not have any other locations, our target market lives in Utah County or in cities and towns close to Utah County. Their income levels vary from being low to high, though for the most part there are not many people in our target market who are substantially wealthy. Our target market's lifestyle is one of ambition and hard work, but is also full of adventure and relaxation. These are people who typically enjoy their free time more than they enjoy their careers. Most of their free time is spent doing things in nature. When they are not actually out doing things with their free time, they will be online looking for things to do on their next outing. In their opinion, time spent inside doing things is time wasted because they could be experiencing another outdoor activity or adventure. When our target audience is using social media to look for information, they do it by searching for new and interesting places to visit. So they're more likely to visit places that are closer to home. They will typically use Instagram and Facebook as well as YouTube over the other social media platforms, as these platforms are typically where most outdoorsy people post about their adventures. They do not engage in social media overly frequently, maybe 1 or 2 times a week, but when they do use social media, it's in the evening or during the weekend so they can post content from their weekend excursions. As far as our objectives are concerned, we're looking for a higher engagement rate on social media, more followers on each of our platforms, and an increase of bookings from our social media efforts. So as far as the higher engagement rates are concerned, we want to see more comments per post. Compared to our competition, we're middling for comment activity on Instagram, but place at the bottom on our Facebook posts. So we want to see about 10 comments on each of our Facebook posts and 15 comments on each of our Instagram posts over the next little while. We want to see more likes per post. We're already keeping up with the competitors when it comes to likes on most platforms, but would like to see more. So over the next 3 months, we want to see 20 or more likes on each of our Facebook posts and 75 likes on each of our Instagram posts. We also want to see an increased number of shares per post on Facebook. We're doing about half as well as our competitors in this category, so we want to see an average of about 10 shares per post over the next 3 months. Regarding followers, we want to see over the next 3 months, leading up to prime rafting season, about 1,500 additional people following our Instagram account and about another 1,000 people liking our Facebook page. And as we work towards these goals, like I said, we want to see some increased bookings and make a little bit more money. So through our improved social media efforts, we want to see about a 20% increase in bookings over the next year.
I want to go ahead and mention that our theme that we're working with here for marketing strategy is going to be competition. Everything is driven by competition, by sports. Everyday living is competitive. Now, the key factors going into this decision are because of the ages between 18 and 25 is what we're looking at. And Brigham University and Utah Valley University are also located right near us as well. Now, the tagline that we're going to have is need a challenge, looking for some friendly competition, looking to get wet. Head on to Runoff River Adventures and claim your right as champion of the river. Now, what we're going to use for our main hashtag is hashtag flow down the river, hashtag capture the flag. And for our call of action, we're going to be wanting bragging rights. You want to win? Register now if you think you can tame this river and claim victory. Now, this is not going to just be for college students. This also will be for families and friends. We want everyone to be a part of it. We just want competition to be the main goal. And a little fun, too.
One of the objectives we have with this whole plan is to build awareness in the local community and on the online community on their social media platforms, to hopefully get higher traffic and more engagement, which in turn leads to more bookings. And again, we're targeting males and females, singles and families, about 18 to 35. A big part of that demographic is BYU and UVU students. Some of the promoted posts and things will be on Facebook and Instagram. We would budget about $1,500 toward Facebook and $1,000 towards Instagram. And we would run those through mid-April through the first week in September. The peak of the season is like after May. It starts to really pick up. In May, the river runs really high, and so while rafting is available and these few companies are open for bookings, it's almost advised not to go at that time. So we figure we would start mid-April to start getting the word out, and then run it all the way through the first week in September. And they actually do continue to offer rafting through the end of September. So we would use the Facebook ad manager to target the people that we've talked about, also target people that have interest in outdoors or similar activities. And then we would also do some A/B testing with some of our posts, and we would make sure to utilize the campaign budget optimization feature through the ad manager.
We wanted the contest to be very fun and to be able to achieve our goal of awareness. And we wanted it to really be something that people could get involved in and just really get our name out there. So the name of the contest is Float Your Boat, and the idea behind it is to have people make a boat from scratch out of cardboard. The boat will have to float, and it will have to have Runoff River Adventures written somewhere on it. People then need to take a photo of the boat and post it on social media. And once it's posted on social media, they need to use the hashtag Float Your Boat and Runoff River Adventures. And then we'll choose a winner, and they'll get a season pass for Runoff River Adventures as the prize. And so we really thought that this contest would help people get engaged, and also then we could use the photos that people take to use on our social media throughout the year and really build a sense of community as people get involved and they have this fun activity, and then they see their photos and they're able to win a season pass so that they'll be able to use it throughout the rafting season.
Okay, so for the editorial calendar, we're mostly focusing on Instagram just because it's a heavily younger group of people, a lot of college students, and their following on Instagram is definitely quite a bit better than Facebook. But Facebook does have a good amount, so we want to definitely post on there too, just not quite as often. So because the season for river rafting starts in May, actually, we're gonna every single day for our posts starting in April, just to really push for the coming season. So with that, we're gonna post mostly engagement photos rather than just sales and promotion, just because the season hasn't even started. We really just want to get a good amount of traffic in to Instagram and lots of engagement, comments, tagging, just really build it up. as the season's coming. And as far as our posts go, it's really important that we have them use more professional photos. If you look at their Instagram now, they're not great. They're blurry. They're definitely not professional looking. So I think that would be a huge thing for them to focus on. And also to give them a good amount of variety, because obviously you can only post so much about tubing and kayaking and rafting before it gets really repetitive and kind of boring. I think it would be really helpful to post a lot of outdoor scenery in Provo Canyon in general, things that you can see while you're floating the river, and that can give them a really good amount of content to post. So as far as the posts go, I made these look a lot like actual Instagram posts to give a better idea. So the first one's just about how the snow is melting and the season is coming, and then just asking a question, what's your favorite outdoor activity to do, and to get people to comment. And then we're going to have our contest for the Float Your Boat, where you create your own boat from scratch, and then you can win a season pass for this coming season and to go to their website, which currently they don't have a website, but for this we'll pretend that they do, and hopefully in the future they can actually get one running. And the third photo, not actually on Provo River, but nobody needs to know that technically, and this is just gives you another idea of what you can do on the river, and that it's fun, and that you comment your favorite thing that you see along the Provo River. Next one is just the buds coming on the tree, signifying that spring is coming and the weather is warming up, and to go to their website and see what they offer. And then the next one, rafting picture with the group, and to tag your friends, of course, or reserve a guided tour if you've never done rafting before. And then the third picture, another one of just the season is coming, and to comment what you would like to try, whether it's rafting, tubing, or kayaking. And then, of course, a scenery picture, which is an example of what they could do as far as the scenery in Provo Canyon. There's quite a bit. And then having people tag their favorite photos that they take while they're in Provo Canyon, since it's all relevant to the area. And then, of course, the promotion that we have for a buy one, get one sale before the season starts. And then just tagging a friend who would like to try rafting with you. And then another scenery picture, just checking out their website, and then the train, just to give you another idea of what else you can see along the river, that there's quite a bit to see. There's a lot of history. And have you ever ridden the train? And then lastly, that you can go fly fishing. There's other activities that you can do. So they don't necessarily offer fly fishing gear or things like that, but they potentially could. That is an option for the future, or even it's just an idea of getting people out there to the river to experience all that it has to offer. And so that's what a lot of these posts will do. So mostly engagement and just really focusing on getting lots of traffic to their website and booking with them. Okay.
In conclusion, through our research into Runoff River Adventures, we have discovered that they are not a very well-known company in regard to rafting the Provo River. When a Utah Valley resident thinks of rafting the river, they do not specifically think of Runoff River Adventures as their go-to. Up to this point, this has been greatly because of their somewhat lacking social media presence, which has created a general lack of awareness in the community. These are the things Runoff River Adventures can do to change this. They can post on social media more frequently leading up to the season, and then post regularly throughout the season. They can target all their social media posts towards their specific target market. They can run the boat creation contest and or any other contests that they want to do to increase user-generated content as well as increase engagement. They can run a well-publicized preseason sale on their social media. They can start and maintain a rivalry between the two universities by challenging them to race each other down the river. And they can make sure to put some money into running targeted ads at least twice a month. By doing this, Runoff River Adventures will be able to more than double their likes, comments, and shares on each of their platforms, increase followers on Instagram by 1,500 and on Facebook by over 1,000, as well as boost sales by 20%. Thank you for watching our presentation.